Good morning, SDA juniors. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to the weekend and obviously summer holidays coming up very, very soon. So for today, just going to go through a quick recap as to what we did last week. Then questions for today. What are your goals for over summer? Okay. Why might your training programs change, especially over the summer? And how can we adapt our programs to suit our needs? And of course, at the end, what is required for you guys to do for next week? So a quick recap. What we looked at last week was what and how you can use to monitor and evaluate your training. So just a quick one, we spoke about your monitoring systems. Okay, so we spoke about our questionnaires, spoke about the heart rate, and we spoke about your RPE, which is your rate of perceived exertion. Remember, our RPE is when we, on a scale of 1 to 10, you sort of rate the difficulty of the session. Then we looked at why do we need to monitor and evaluate our training. So it gives the coaches feedback as to how the athletes are coping with our programs. Okay, you need to be able to know whether or not the athletes are progressing, or if they're not progressing, why aren't they progressing? And of course, we need to maintain a healthy athlete. Okay, so that's where the questionnaires come in. Okay, so we want to get athlete wellness. Okay, then we looked at how can we use the information gathered to respond and adapt our training. So when we look at our RPE scores, when we look at the heart rate variability, when we look at the questionnaires, we can alter our programs to see that are our athletes responding, aren't they responding, and are they keeping well throughout the program. Okay, so question for today, what are your goals for the summer? Okay, so normally when it comes to your sporting goals, it needs to be what you want to improve. Okay, that's what it needs to be based on. What do you want to improve for your sport? Okay, now I wanted you guys to think, would it be considered a long-term or a short-term goal? Okay, are you trying to improve something long-term, or are you trying to improve something short-term? Very important are your goals what we call SMART. Now we look at the picture. Are they specific? Are you able to measure the goal? Are they achievable and realistic? Okay, it goes hand in hand. And are they timely? Okay, so what time have you sort of given yourself to base your goals on? Why might your training program change? Okay, especially over the summer. Now you as an athlete may get injured. Okay, if you get injured, then obviously your program will have to change. The goals of your program will have to change. So we've got to look, okay, so if my goal was to get faster, improve my speed in 100 meters, but I have torn my hamstring muscle, now we got to change the goal. Okay, what would your goal be then? Maybe your goal would be to improve your hamstring strength and recover properly and rehabilitate your hamstring. Okay, so again, your goals may change. Then as well, if you guys decide to travel and change locations, would you have access to certain places that will allow you to improve your goal or maintain your exact training program that you had in order? Okay, because they may not have the facilities, or you may not have access to those facilities. Also, if you guys are under 12 years old, in most countries at the moment, because of the pandemic, you are not allowed to go into these highly populated areas, such as a gym. Next one we need to look at is how can we adapt our programs to meet our needs. Okay, so we got to try and devise a new needs analysis. Okay, remember we spoke about our needs analysis. Now we got to look at what is available to you. Do you guys have facilities such as gyms or fields or beaches or forests? What would you have available to you in order for you to adapt your program? Okay. Then we've got to make sure and understand what our goals are okay, and make sure that they correlate with the needs analysis. And that's how we work out our plan. Okay, so again, we go back, we create our goal. Is the goal SMART? Okay, if your goal, again, when I say you want to get faster over 100 meters, that's not very specific. By how much time do you want to improve? Do you want to improve by 0.1 second, 0.2 seconds? Okay, that is becoming very specific. Then it's becoming measurable because we're using time. Are you sure it's achievable in the time that you have, and is it realistic in that sense? Okay, you want to be able to achieve it because it's realistic to you, especially at your age and the type of training that you have, and have you given yourself enough time to accomplish that goal? Okay, so all these things matter, and all these things need to collaborate together in order for us to look at why our training programs might change. If the training program needs to change, that means our goal has changed. Okay, and then if our goal has changed, then we need to go, oh, okay, so what do we need to adapt? How do we need to adapt? We need to devise a new needs analysis, look at the sport and understand what other components make up the sport, and try to figure out another goal. Okay, then we look at what is available for us. And then we need to make sure that our goals correlate with our needs analysis and work out our bigger plan based on that. Now for next week, guys, what I want you guys to do is you guys are going to complete the practical session. Okay, it's progressively overloaded from previous week. Then what I want you guys to do is I want you to state your sport goal. Okay, for whatever sport you're doing, state your sport goal and how you plan on achieving them this summer. Okay, again, I want you guys to use this model, the SMART model, and figure out exactly how you're going to achieve them throughout the summer or over the summer. And if it's not enough time to achieve it over the summer, then state what the short-term plan is in order for you to achieve your long-term plan. Okay, hope you guys have a great weekend.